think of Alicante tourism, the prominent thought that comes to mind is the visual of Castillo de Santa Barbara. But what about the other castle? Our apartment is situated directly in between the two, so we thought we'd better go take a look at the Castillo de San Fernando. The city of Alicante is situated literally between two castles that flank the city. We visited the older, larger castle, Castillo de Santa Barbara, in an earlier video when we arrived here. The Castillo de San Fernando is a significant historical fortress and sits prominently above the center of Alicante. The castle was primarily built in the 19th century, although its strategic location on the Tossal Hill has been recognized for military purposes since ancient times. The initial construction began in 1813 during the Peninsular War, which was part of the Napoleonic Wars. The fortress was designed to defend Alicante against potential French invasions. The castle features a neoclassical style with elements typical of military architecture of the period. It includes a complex system of walls, bastions, artillery emplacements, and barracks. The layout reflects the Vauban fortification system, which was very influential in European military architecture and relied on bastions that project out from the fortress and multiple layers that provided multiple defensive opportunities and depth of defenses. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, the castle served various military roles, including housing troops and being used as a military prison. During the Spanish Civil War from 1936 to 1939, it played a crucial role in the defense of Alicante, although it was eventually captured by Franco's forces. After the Civil War, its military significance waned, and it was largely abandoned until it was repurposed. In recent decades, parts of the castle have been restored and adapted for public use. The Castillo de San Fernando stands as a testament to the military history of Spain, particularly during the turbulent times of the Napoleonic Wars and the Spanish Civil War. It showcases the evolution of defensive architecture in response to changing warfare technologies and strategies. Today, the castle is a popular tourist destination. It offers panoramic views over Alicante, the Mediterranean Sea, and the surrounding landscapes. The site includes a museum that educates visitors about its history, and various cultural events are sometimes held within its walls. Parc Monte Tossal is an urban park located in the heart of Alicante, near the San Fernando Castle on the slopes of Mount Tossal. The Mount Tossal itself has significant historical importance, with archaeological evidence suggesting human activity since ancient times, including Roman fortifications and later the construction of the San Fernando Castle during the 19th century for defense against Napoleon's forces. In 1911, Dr. Antonio Rico, a city councilor, proposed acquiring the castle and surrounding land to transform it into a green space for the public. This vision was realized over time, with the area becoming a thematic park in the late 20th century. The park's design uses morphological distribution of the Valencian community, with each terrace representing different regions or comarcas of Valencia, blending real and fictional geography for educational and recreational purposes. The park was conceptualized and built according to the project of architect Rafael Rivera. It was inaugurated in the spring of 1995. It's a beautiful park to walk around after you visit the castle. There's so much to do here. If you really wanted to go for a walk here every day, you could. I highly recommend it if you're in Alicante to do both the Castillo de Santa Barbara, the Castillo de San Fernando, and the Parc Monte Tossal. All are located very close to town and provide great walking and views. Okay, so we just visited the Castillo de San Fernando, which is the other castle of the two castles in Alicante. It was a 1 kilometer walk, I think, from our apartment up. Straight uphill, mind you, so it's quite elevated, as you've seen from the pictures that we showed you. What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. The views are 360 and spectacular.
Yeah, for something that I don't think we saw in any of the other videos we looked at when we came to Alicante. It's super close. It's right near the core of the city. It's not as old, it's not as tall, but the views are still spectacular.
Really, really nice.
And it's connected to this little park, which I will put the name up to on the video here, which is great. So on the way down, you get to wind your way through an urban park, which has got a skate park. It's got some workout equipment. It's got lots of dog walking and stuff going on, and some great elevations and views as well.
And there's a cafeteria at the top too, if you want to sit down and have an espresso.
It looked like a fancy place for a beer, actually. So if you wanted to have a beer at the end of the walk and have some great views, I think it would be a good spot to do that. So all in all, I'm really glad we did this. It was a lot easier and a lot quicker than I thought, and it actually was pretty darn good. And it's free too, which is also of note.
And I also want to, as a last comment was, we were almost alone up there. On a Sunday morning, the gates are open. There was 2 people on the hike up, and maybe all told, maybe 6 people up there.
Yeah, it was really good that way. It was easy and nobody around, so we were able to have the place to ourselves. It opens at 10 a.m. every day, and I think it closes at 8 p.m. So make sure you work around that. But it was fantastic. Really, really worth it.
It was well worth the walk.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.